Hi there. I'm here to talk about the 1998 film by Wes Anderson called Rushmore. And just from the set design to the storyline, Wes Anderson really knows how to pull an audience into his films, even though this film was only his second one he ever made. And this quirky movie really intrigued me just into like the aspects of cinema that like you don't pay attention to as a day-to-day person, from like the costumes to the scripts to the character development and the music and the camera angles used. But before we get into that, I'm going to give you a brief summary. So, this movie tells the story of an ambitious, eccentric, insecure 15-year-old Max Fisher who spends way too much time on his extracurricular activities and being the captain of all these clubs. And he encounters some issues with some love triangle stuff where he's competing for this older woman's love and she's like, no, I don't want you. And it's just very, very fun to watch. But as I said, we're going to go into character development and costume now. One of the best things about this film is the character development. In the beginning, you get this idea that he's this rebellious teenager that doesn't follow authority at all, and then as the film progresses, he falls in love with Miss Cross and like starts to show more emotion. And as you watch it, you notice that every little move that a character makes can really show you what's going on inside of that character's head. And it's so many small moments that when the movie's over, you're like, wow, that was 93 minutes. Including like the montage in the beginning where he's talking about all his extracurricular activities. It's just so great to watch. And also he's always wearing like a dark suit when he's in school, but the second he gets kicked out of Rushmore, he starts to dress really dull in order to like represent how dull his life is when he joins his dad at the barber shop, because who wants to be a barber? The script is also very like unique, and it's expected, of course, from Anderson and Wilson, the main writers. The three main characters are really interesting and flawed and diverse, but like you can still connect all three of them, and their jokes are really funny and the acting's great and it's fast-paced. It can be watched at face value and enjoyed like perfectly, and that's something I really enjoy when I watch films. The next thing I'm going to talk about is music and camera angles, which are really some key components of this movie. They stand out to me because everything fits perfectly on the screen. When Miss Cross rejects Max, you hear the song I Am Waiting by the Rolling Stones, and it's just him like experiencing his first pain, and you're just like there, you feel it because of that song. Also, the sounds are really, like, innocent, young, and juvenile sounding, so, like, bells and whistles and charms and whatnot. They make the movie really innocent and playful and somewhat cheesy, and it's awkward to fit in with the story, but it flows perfectly. The camera angle doesn't change very much. Wes Anderson really likes to use wide angles, and I really appreciate that because it's a new way to watch film, and it's impressive. Overall, this film is very quirky, funny, and just outstandingly beautiful, and from the set pieces and the costumes to the script, and the final shot, it just drags out about like the happiness and everything. But this film is one of my favorites now, and Wes Anderson is a cinematic genius who can make anybody fall in love with the simplest plot line, and now this movie is definitely my number one. Thanks for watching!